when we went to the gas station.
There it goes.
I
You bought two bangs? Oh, that's right. You bought the black cherry or...
I bought the black cherry and the pink and blue one.
Mm-hmm.
The Radical Skedaddle. So I had this half drink.
Mm-hmm.
It was half full because I'm a positive guy.
That's fine.
So instead of finishing this one and possibly opening a brand new one, I opened the brand new one hoping that one would last me through 2 episodes.
And it didn't?
But if it didn't, I would just drink half of this instead of... I don't remember my thought process.
Yeah.
And it really doesn't matter.
It's like, I don't follow, so...
I don't either. The point was so that I would drink less caffeine, but...
How's that working out?
Not well. It's not. It's working out about as much as half of the population come the beginning of February.
Oh, that's
because
good.
of New Year's resolutions.
They're not gonna work out.
They don't follow through.
Yeah.
They don't ever follow through.
You know what does follow through?
What's that?
This badass intro. Hey. I need to cut that 5 seconds of black off the end of that. Like, it just dips to black. Yeah. And I don't know why that exported. And it makes me mad. Because it just sits there. And I don't know how to dump out of it.
So...
I guess there is a stop. I guess I could hotkey a stop.
Oh, you totally can.
Yeah, I'm already in the podcast now.
Well, whatever button you hit, you can just make that same button the stop.
Oh.
So once you get to that, you can just hit the button again.
That makes sense.
Why is the 5 seconds there, though?
I don't know.
You think it's just an OBS thing?
No, it's not an OBS thing. I think it exported that way, and I just didn't bother to watch the whole thing through.
Oh, okay.
I was like, this is great. I watched it 100 times in Premiere.
Yeah.
Like, it's great.
So typically when you make the hotkey, you have to make the hotkey to fire it. Mm-hmm. You have to also make it the hotkey to cut it off.
Yeah.
So maybe if you would have hit it just now, but if you don't remember setting it up that way, then maybe it wouldn't.
No.
Okay.
I mean, we can find out if they want to watch it again.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Okay. Sorry, guys. Hey. All right. Well, anyways.
Now we know.
Yep. Now we know.
Yeah, I thought it would just kind of fade out, and it would just fade into us, like
right.
That would be beautiful. But no, it dips to nothing, and sits at nothing for 5 seconds.
Well, if we have a transition screen, when you hit that for it to go away, then we'll have a nice little
fire transition.
Nice little transition too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boo yammy. I just rip yours.
It's copywritten.
Oh,
righted.
Damn.
It's righted.
It's copyrighted.
It is copyrighted.
Yeah.
You know, saying copywritten is not...
It's incorrect.
That is incorrect.
Incorrectly.
It's not incorrect.
Yeah, incorrect.
Because it's not copywritten. It is copyrighted.
Yeah.
The rights.
Because it's a right.
Because it is a...
It's a right, not a right.
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 You do have the right to be an attorney.
But you don't have the right to be an attorney.
No, you don't. You could have it in writing.
Yeah, but you can't have it in writing.
Okay, now you lost me.
R-I-G-H-T-I-E-N-G.
Right. You can't have it in writing.
Butchered that.
I was going to say,
E in there.
Writing is not a... Anyways. No, what was the movie? 21 Jump Street, with the new one, with Jonah Hill and Channing Tatum. He was like, can you even read me somebody's rights?
Yeah.
He goes, you have the right to be an attorney? And the police chief goes, did you just say I have the right to be an attorney? And Jonah Hill goes, you do have the right to be an attorney.
Technically.
Yeah.
You gotta get technical about it, man.
That was...
God, he was good. Oh, you don't watch War Dogs with us. That was a good one.
No, I was too busy studying, making my life better.
Yeah, well, yeah. We can't all be fucking studious like you.
I never went to college a day in my life. I'm over here bragging about taking a real estate course.
These people are like, God, I'm gonna be ready for him to finish that course, so you shut the fuck up about it.
And that's them living you living vicariously through their potential voice.
Yeah.
That's really you wanting me to shut up about it.
Yeah, well.
And you just using the audio.
Yeah. We should probably hit this actual intro, too.
We didn't do it last time.
Yeah, we did.
Did we?
Yeah, we did. We did it after the video intro. I just realized we skipped it on this one.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, with that being said, salutations, good people. Welcome to the CS Podcast, where we create stuff, or if you're Trey,
create shit.
And today, we've got our hands and our legs absolutely full. If you'll notice... What is he talking about? Well, stick around. Strap in. Just like I'm strapped in. If you're in the comfort of your own home, we can't stop you.
Yeah. I can do whatever you want to.
I'm strapped in, as you can see. If you're watching on YouTube, or if you're watching, because you can't watch anywhere else other than YouTube, you can only listen multiple places.
Yeah, but if you listen really hard, you might be able to see this shirt.
If you listen hard, if you listen close enough, you can see us.
Some people hear colors. I don't know.
Yeah, after all this caffeine, I might be able to hear.
Just the navy of your shirt is just through the microphone, and they're just like, God, his shirt is loud.
Calm down. Take it down a notch, Skid Row. So I'm wearing my Captain America shirt that looks like I'm like, it's got the buckles, got the straps.
First time you wore that, I legitimately thought you had a backpack on.
It looks like I've got a backpack on. I don't know about from the camera, but I kind of passed by a mirror and I'm like, when did I get... Oh, it's just my shirt.
It's just an excuse to flex. You're like,
when did I...
These
man.
straps. Oh.
These shoulders.
These quad straps.
Quad straps? What's a quad strap?
I don't know. That's a quad, right? What's a quad?
What?
Don't you work a quad? What's your deltoid?
Your quads are in your legs.
Oh, what's your deltoid?
Your deltoid. So you've got a couple. You got your front delt, your side delt, and your rear delt.
Oh, so look at this delt strap.
Look at my delt strap, or you could say this goes over my trap. Your trapezius.
Oh, look at my trap strap.
My trap strap. Yes, trap strap. It sounds so derogatory.
It does,
but it's not at all.
I wish I had like a lower third to throw up, like at the bottom, trap, and it just like flashes.
Trap, strap.
Yeah.
So
why are you wearing your Captain America shirt?
I'm wearing my Captain America shirt because I need all the toughness that I can harness.
Yeah.
For today. I need anything that can mentally prepare me for what we're about to do. We've talked about it. We've teased it.
Well, and this is also going in the gumball machine, so this might be a regular thing.
This might come back.
Yeah.
But today, it's happening regardless.
Yep.
To what extent it is happening for one of us is to be decided. So, explain this device, what it does, what it is. And
so it is. I just forgot the name of it. I'm not going to lie to you.
It's a something elator, right?
Epilator. Thank you. Epilator. And it's...
I was like, there's no way he's going to remember from what I just said.
Yeah. Well, you know. So it's an epilator, and it's apparently like little tweezers or something. I don't know. It's supposed to like pluck your hairs off instead of like shaving.
Yeah.
I don't know. Apparently Morgan says it's really painful. So we're going to find out. So the question is, who's going to epilate their arm and who's going to epilate their leg?
Now, something that Trey and I have in common is we both have extremely hairy legs.
Yeah.
And our forearms are, I mean, it's...
Yeah, they're all right.
I don't know.
Yours is more hairy than mine.
I might have a little more hair on my forearms than you do, but both of us have Sasquatch legs.
Are we Chewbacca.
Yeah. Nobody really knows what Sasquatch sounds like.
No.
Well, according to the beef jerky commercials, he's just a normal dude.
Yeah.
But...
he's in the woods and he's like, hey, y'all.
Hi.
I'm Sasquatch.
Don't
catch me.
I got some baked beans over the campfire.
And we got some of that jerky.
Ooh. Okay. Where that's going. So, we're going to have the help of your illustrious bride, Morgan.
Uh-huh.
She's going to come in and epilate either my arm or your leg
Yeah.
or your arm and my leg. So the way we're going to decide... So we both agree that the leg is probably going to be the worst.
It's a longer hair, so I would think it's worse. I don't know. I honestly don't know.
You would assume that it would be the worst.
Yeah.
So we're going to have a friendly competition, a friendly contest of rock, paper, scissors to decide who has to do what.
Just a little tish.
Huh?
A little tish.
Little tish? Oh, a little competition? Little tish?
Yeah.
All right.
Tish it up.
That's a stretch.
Yeah.
But, okay. So, we're going to play rock, paper, scissors, and whoever loses...
has to get their leg epilated.
Is going to have their leg epilated.
That's another thing, like whenever the epilator comes up in the gumball, it's just like, you just see it and it just,
yeah.
Epilator.
Epilator. It's the sound of a lawnmower.
Fred the bread brings it in. He just flies by with it, and it just cuts epilator in half.
He has a push mower in his mouth, or in his beak, or in his claws.
Yeah, I guess I better go get her.
All right.
I assume she's ready. I don't know.
Well, go check, and I'll.
I'm gonna have to adjust here.
Okay.
One of these days we'll have a nice setup where I don't have to move stuff like that.
We have a Shane.
Oh, it is, huh?
We have a Shane.
We do? Yeah, we do.
Well, his name's Shane.
Yeah.
We could get him.
We could.
Yeah. Anyways. So, not long after I was hanging out with Trey and his wife, I saw Morgan using the epilator, and she mentioned that it was about as painful as the first time you get a tattoo. I've never had a tattoo, but she asked me if I wanted to give it a shot, and I thought, yeah, let's, I'm up for experiencing something like that, of that weird nature, but I didn't know if I wanted to do it just at the moment or if I wanted to save it for the podcast. And I figured if I'm going to do it, I might as well save it for entertainment purposes.
Yeah, I mean,
right?
You're in a weird place in your life right now.
I'm in a weird place in my life right now, which I feel like that's going to get said a ton. I was just asked by Morgan, so fun fact, we're all going to Florida this coming weekend.
Yeah, dude. Florida did? Oh, yeah.
Got like the clear water, dude.
Got the fucking clear water, dude, and the keys, did?
Yeah. See the fishies in the water, dude?
Fucking octopus, dude? Hell no.
Hell no.
Yeah, no, you don't like them.
Nope. Octopuses can go back to hell where they came from. I've always said if Satan had a... Oh, God, she's here. So... She's getting it ready, I believe, or set up or something. But
she's looking for it.
I was just asked. So because we are going to Florida, Morgan, she said that we can do whatever it is we want to do, but she must snorkel.
Yep.
And you're not a fan of being on boats.
I don't do boats.
He doesn't do boats. I don't do like underwater creatures. I'm not a fan of like invading their territory. But I will go on the boat and take pictures of Morgan snorkeling.
Out of the water.
Out of the water. That's about as close as I'll get. But, like I said, I'm in a weird place in my life. I might get down there and swim with him myself and take all the pictures she wants. So, at a weird place in my life.
Yeah.
That's the second time in the past 48 hours I've said that.
Yeah.
Well, three now because...
third.
But we have to, while she gets ready, we have to play. So
I feel like we need like epic like. One, two, three, shoot, or what do we? How do you want to do it?
Just
rock,
like,
paper, scissors, shoot.
Yeah, sure.
All right, ready?
Yep.
All right. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Are we doing 2 out of 3, or what are we doing?
Yeah, let's do 2 out of 3.
2 out of 3.
Okay.
You don't want to end there?
That means my leg's gonna get plucked.
Well, yeah. I'm cool with those.
I'm not.
Okay.
Okay. At least 2 out of 3.
All right.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Come on! No!
Yes!
I don't... Captain America.
Roll him up, big boy.
Roll him up, big boy. That is not funny.
She thinks it's funny. I think it's funny.
Nora thinks it's a hilarious.
She's on your side. She's got her Avenger shirt on.
Hey, Nora, let's shave your legs. She's got no hair. It'll be easy.
You ready?
Oh, God. Okay, so...
Oh, you haven't seen it, have you?
You have to do your hair, though, on your arm.
Well, yeah.
So who's going first?
I don't know.
So
Come here.
Hey.
I say since I've got the worst end of the deal, you get to go first with your arm.
Oh, I'm fine with that.
Okay. Special appearance.
Left arm, right arm. What are we going to do?
It's up to you. Oh, my God. This looks torturous.
Look at the teeth on it.
Oh, my gosh.
That one's only got 20-something
So
tweezers.
20, I was going to ask, because you've got a 20-something and a 40-something.
So what...
Which one hurts worse, in your opinion?
The more blades,
So-
the easier, or the less
Well,
blades?
those aren't blades. Those are tweezers.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter how many there are.
Yeah.
Basically, the one that has a lot more tweezers goes faster.
Okay.
But the problem that I've encountered is I feel like with different angles, like on my legs and stuff, the more tweezers there are, it just doesn't go well with the
Okay.
different angles.
So
So-
maybe this will be better. This looks terrifying. So hold it to the
I don't know
camera.
if they can, how well they can see it, but you can try.
I'm not good at this.
There you go.
That's fine. Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh, it's got speeds. She just shifted to the second gear.
Oh no.
You want to see it?
That looks terrifying. I am not excited about this at all. Okay. Trey, you're going to go first. Morgan is our expert epilator.
Epilationist.
Epilationist.
Ready?
Yeah.
You nervous?
Yeah. That way the camera can see my face. I'm a little nervous. I'm not going to lie.
It's almost dead, too.
It's almost dead. That's good. Yeah?
Yeah.
That's not pleasant.
You're starting to sweat there a little bit.
A little bit.
Your face is red. How long? How long do we let this go on?
Smooth. Feel that.
Yeah, it is.
It's super
That's
smooth.
yeah. That's.
Oh.
Well, I mean, I guess touch up that left. At least make it
touch
even.
it up while you're here.
Ooh.
Does it make you respect everything that I've gone through the past few weeks?
I appreciate it.
Is it getting any easier?
Okay, yeah, there on the smooth part, because there's no hair to pull.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, that was once she went back over that wasn't bad. Yeah, dude, it's gonna have a lot of grip on your leg.
I'm not excited.
Oh, that was something.
All right.
So we'll move this.
This is fun, Nora.
I'm gonna be down in Florida, and Bob's gonna be like, "What happened to your arm?"
It'll get sunburnt too because it won't have the shade.
I'm just on the top of my wrist. Let's roll them up.
I want you to know I did the slow speed on you.
Did you? I appreciate that. Hi, Knock. Everybody's coming in. Oh, be careful, Knock-a-may. She's here for the hot fries.
All right, can you put your leg up here?
Yeah.
Are you?
You flexible enough?
Yeah. Unfortunately.
Oh, this
There's
is
a
gonna be good.
fireplace there.
You see it turn red?
Oh. That is so
I don't
red.
know how well you can see it on the camera.
Oh, I'm not excited for this. The camera can't see the hair. Oh, I am so not excited. Oh, no, sir. So,
Where you want it?
I've got my
Get your
Mario
Mario
socks on. I don't know. Just, oh, God.
Right here?
Yeah, well, no, up a little higher.
Just take
'cause
the
I feel
patch
like
out.
the calf is going to be more sensitive.
You just have a patch of hair just missing just a big square.
Oh, gosh. I'm not pumped. Oh. Okay, give me a countdown.
3, 2.
Whoa! Hey! That is pulling so much. Oh, she kicked it in the high gear. Ow! No, sir. It's like little fire ants.
Yeah, it really. Yeah.
Holy crap!
That's a good. Yeah, it is like little fire ants.
It's getting worse the lower she goes. Oh no, sir! Oh, what?
How long am I doing this?
I don't know, but you're like going way faster than you did with Trey. That is so insanely smooth. I kind of like it. Wow. Oh, man. Okay.
That's a good assessment, though. It's kind of like little fire ants.
Yeah.
It feels like getting a tattoo.
Oh, okay.
Do you have a tattoo?
No.
No.
That's what getting a tattoo feels like.
Okay. Well, I can handle that.
Yeah.
I guess. For
Yeah.
however long that takes.
Depends on the tattoo.
Yeah.
Hours.
Anything else? Another arm? Your leg?
Chest hair.
Chest hair.
Dude, are you serious? Because I will.
Yeah.
No, I am not serious.
I was going to say, I'm not pulling this shirt up on camera.
Whoa, look at all my dry skin on the table. That's disgusting.
Yeah, it's really good at doing that.
Wow. Okay. Well,
That was worth a segment. That was pretty good.
it was.
I'm ready to put that in the gumball machine.
Yeah, me too.
Just the epilator.
Just the
Just drop the
epilator.
epilator in there.
That was intense, though.
Yeah.
Holy
I
crap.
have used this thing on my underarms. On
Yeah,
my
no
bikini
thanks.
line.
Oh,
Yeah, no.
my
thanks.
underarms, that would be...
Look at all that hair on that.
Oh, God. My skin's not turning red like yours is, though.
It's because I'm a pussy.
Well, you're not immortal,
Well, yeah.
but that would make
know.
you super mortal.
Yeah.
Or that would make you more mortal.
Dude,
Dude, the
my
rent...
skin's just angry.
My
How
body-
dare you try to injure me?
My body's used to the torture, so it's like, meh,
Bah.
whatever. My remnants...
I don't, like, it was much worse in my head. Like, it hurt. It
Yeah.
definitely hurt, but
Yeah.
I don't know, man. She pumped it up like it was terrible, so I was terrified of that thing.
Yeah.
But, like, now that I've gotten it over with, I'm glad I got it over with, you know?
Me too. It wasn't pleasant. The further down she got to my calf,
Yeah.
the more sensitive it got.
Yeah.
I imagine that's what it was going to be like. I thought about like getting a tattoo
Yeah.
on my shin versus my calf, and I thought that, well, isn't it like on bone it's supposed to be more sensitive,
I
right?
think so, yeah.
Yeah. Neither one of us have tattoos, do we?
Nope. I
That's
don't.
right. I don't either. But I've been told by at least 5 people since the beginning of the year, you don't have tattoos? You seem like somebody who would have tattoos.
You just seem like it.
Yeah. I'm like, well,
What is
I
that
don't-
supposed to mean?
I don't know if that's a like,
Yeah. Thanks, Patricia. Like,
yeah. I don't know her, but yeah,
Yeah.
thanks, Patricia.
yeah.
I went to school with a Trisha.
Trisha?
Trisha. Last name was Lego. She wouldn't dance with me at the prom.
That's unfortunate.
It is. I was being homeschooled, and
Yeah.
I went to my junior prom.
Uh-huh.
That's when my buddies got me there was a female who wasn't going to the prom,
Uh-huh.
and she got me a ticket to go to the prom.
Okay.
We didn't go as dates. We weren't whatever.
Yeah.
So I go and I see Trisha there.
Mm-hmm.
I'd always had like a little crush on
Yeah,
Trisha.
a little bit.
I asked her to dance, and she was like, "I'm here with a date. Sorry, I would." And I'm like, "I get it. Whatever."
How dare she?
How dare she?
How dare she?
Darn you, Trisha.
If only she'd have known. If she
Trish-
could see you right now,
If she could see me right now in front of all these
in
fans,
front of all of them, getting your leg ablated.
her last name was Lego.
Yeah.
Trisha Lego.
You say, hey, Trisha, Lego to the prom together?
Lego.
Lego.
Doom, doom, doom.
I didn't go to prom.
You didn't?
Never went to prom. It wasn't my thing. I don't do dances.
I was homeschooled and went to prom.
Yeah.
So, but I didn't go to my senior prom. Or, well,
Yeah.
that school's senior prom. But my best friend, he had a date, and he ended up kind of going off and dancing with somebody else and spent the whole night with this other girl.
Wow.
Left his date alone. Just call me Fred. Hey. I swooped in, picked her up like the loaf of bread she was, and that sounds like a horrible insult.
does.
But if you know Fred the bread at this point, you know it's a compliment.
He only goes for the best bread.
He only goes for the best.
It's artisan bread.
He only goes for the breast bed.
Yeah,
the best bread. That came out wrong.
Freudian slip.
Freudian flip. Sororian flip.
Sororian flip.
But no, so her and I ended up dancing all night.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure I got her number.
Nice.
It went nowhere. But hey, we both had... I didn't have a date. Her date left her. So we were perfect for each
match
other.
made in heaven.
Couple rejects just dancing with each other.
I went to Cotillion.
Where's that at?
Well, it was at Teohana.
Is that Cotillion, South Carolina?
No, it's Roundup. No, I don't know. That's what we call. That's what it was called.
No,
I don't know.
I've heard.
I didn't know if that was a legitimate. I was like, man, I hope that wasn't like a Teohana thing. And I'm like, oh, what a Cotillion, and people are like, what the fuck is that?
I've heard Cotillion before.
I love that mantle has all the garland. Then there's like a little angel, and there's a candle, and there's a bang, and then there's
You mean a fang?
a fang,
A dang fang.
a dang fang, and then the's a card, and
There's a Valentine's Day card.
It's just I don't know. It's so funny.
And then it's got a picture of me in a pool holding my daughter.
It's very eclectic.
Exactly. So this is a room. This is a hold all room.
Yeah.
It holds all.
Or in my place of work, we call it a fuck it room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We should have a bucket.
A fuck it bucket.
Yep. That's what I was going for.
A butt fuck it.
Man, okay, so we got the challenge out of the way.
I know, it's like we peaked right there at the challenge. Now it's just like, now what do we do?
Yeah, it's like we just got to have a podcast, I reckon.
I guess we need to entertain all these fans.
All these fans. We've already talked about Cotillion. And
yeah. So at Cotillion, we went to this place downtown called The Fox. Did you ever go to that? You know what I'm talking
Anderson?
about? Yeah.
Yes, I won a Halloween costume contest at the Fox.
Nice. I played open house there one night.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I won this Halloween costume contest all by myself. There was nobody else that won it with me.
Yeah.
It was not a couples contest. It was not at all.
Just you.
It was just me.
Nice.
I was just Luigi. There was no Mario to my
Yeah.
Luigi. I was just Luigi and I won.
Nice.
Just me. No extra person beside me.
None.
Not at all.
Well, you deserve that trophy.
I did. I think I got a $20, $25 gift card.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Oh yeah, dude.
Got some wings.
$20 to the Fox, dude.
Dude, got myself a 12-piece wing and a beer, dude.
But you know how they have the downstairs?
Another funny story about that once
Okay.
you finish.
Well, yeah,
about Fox.
we ate. I'm trying to remember if we ate upstairs or downstairs. Because you know how they have like the round table downstairs. Like it's like
They do.
or they did. I don't know. What is it now? I don't know. Anyways.
I went there more after the
Yeah.
Fox shut down and they turned it into something, or somebody else bought them out.
I played a show up in an apartment right above there too.
That's where the owner of the Fox used to live.
Nice. That's where Morgan and I met. Well,
Really?
kinda, yeah.
Okay.
We met in passing when I was practicing at like my drummer's house. I used to be in a band, and so we were practicing in his house, and I met her there. But she was on a date with my best friend at the time at the Fox.
Okay.
And so like I officially met her and like introduced her and like talked to her at my house.
Okay.
Because we were getting ready to head up to the apartment above the Fox.
And this is the individual who just shaved both of us.
Yes, yeah, that's my wife. She locked her keys in her car in my driveway. They were late to the show. Vincent, by the way, we talked about Vincent.
Yeah.
2 episodes ago now? Yeah, Vincent. They were on a date together. And he got locked in the bathroom at her apartment. Like there was no sign.
He got locked in the bathroom?
So like you couldn't shut the door because if you shut the door you couldn't open it from the inside or something stupid, like something was wrong with the door.
Yeah.
They didn't think it was like smart to put a sign on the door. No, it was just word of mouth.
Okay.
So you just had to trust that somebody was going to be like, "Hey man, don't shut the door all the way." And so nobody told him, "Hey man, don't shut the door all the way." And so he finishes up, and he's just like, and he just couldn't get out. I don't remember. I think eventually it just wiggled in a certain way and came open. But
Yeah,
he got locked in the bathroom for a little bit that night.
the inventor of spell slingers couldn't sling his spell to get him out of there.
Yeah.
That is hilarious.
Oh man.
So yeah, the Fox. The first time I walk in there, I walk in there with this other person, and I see that it's like a UK themed pub.
Okay.
There's a Scottish flag. There's the
Yeah.
royal coat of arms.
Yep.
Lion rampant flag out, and a couple other flags. So I'm like, this would be a good place to. Now this was within the first couple years of my Scottish accent,
Yeah.
and I thought, how cool would it be to go in there? Let's see if I could, pull it off. So I'm sitting at the bar and ordering a pint, and I'm using my Scottish accent.
Yeah.
Well, this guy, this I don't know, kind of heavier set guy. He's walking by and he hears me, and he's like, "Oh, here you got an accent." He's like, "Where are you from?" I'm like, "Glasgow, Scotland." And he goes, "Oh, well, my name's so and so. I'm the owner here."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Oh, pleasure to meet you." And so he sits down and we start talking, and he starts grilling me about Scotland. So I'm like sitting there talking to the owner, having a pint of probably Newcastle.
Yeah.
And he asked me about wrestling. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm a wrestler. So we get into all that, and he said something about the Civic Center. So
Yeah.
I'm in my accent, and I'm going, and then I completely come out of my accent, just not even thinking. I'm like, something, and then I just go, Civic Center. And then I'm like, and then I snap back into it, and he's just sitting there like, yeah, like all into my combo. So all into our conversation, and just came right out of it. But yeah, won a costume contest.
Nice.
Hooked me up with the gift card, and right before he went out of business, that round table thing downstairs. So
yeah, it's massive.
Yeah, so in this place, you walk in, it's a pub. It's got an apartment upstairs that apparently the owner used to live in.
Yeah.
He would wake up and just come downstairs and run his business.
It's kind of cool though. Like
It is.
I don't know, it's neat.
Yeah, or sad.
Well, yeah.
We could make a whole story about this guy.
Yeah.
And talk about how sad it is, or we could spin it on how this man's living the life.
Yeah.
Now he did tell me stories about how he used to have a pub in Las Vegas, and how the wrestlers used to
Really?
like big time wrestlers would come
Yeah.
in. He talked about like Kevin Nash, who if you know anything about wrestling, Kevin Nash, tall, massive mountain of a man, and back in the day, all roided up, which I think he's still roided up. He was in was it Magic Mike?
Never saw it.
The stripper.
Yeah, that's the one
movie?
with Channing Tatum.
Channing Tatum.
Yeah.
Yeah, him.
Yeah.
He might have been in the second one or something like that. Anyway, really massive dude, pro wrestler, not really pertinent to the conversation that we're having now. So he talks about that, and then you walk downstairs, and they're like for private parties. Like if you reserve it for a private party, there's this big giant glass round table, and there was a kid in one of these little parties. It was like a birthday party or something. And apparently at this big, expensive glass round table, there are knights, like statues of knights with swords. And these swords are heavy. And a kid hit one or something, and it fell, and it cracked the glass.
Ooh.
Well, the owner, rather than settling up with the parents and the people who were having the party, gets on Facebook and like blasts this family how they couldn't control their kid. And it started off by saying like, this is why we can't have nice things.
Yeah.
Parents who can't control their kid. Now, this is the owner posting from
from
the Facebook
official. Yeah.
And people just fired back, and it wasn't long after that he went out of business.
You probably deserved it.
Yeah. I mean, it just seemed like the most tasteless thing you could possibly do in that situation.
Like, I mean, I get it. The kid broke I fucked up. Like, I get it. But he's a kid.
From what I understood, the parents of the kid, even they were on Facebook, and they said in the moment, the owner, like, while they were communicating with the owner, They were saying, look, we'll pay for it, we'll cover it. And he was like, understood, thank you for offering to pay for it, we'll get this settled up and everything. And then he gets on Facebook after they have this good meeting and settle it all, and then just blasts them. And it's like, what went up your butt sideways to make you, get on Facebook and do that?
Maybe the sword.
Maybe the sword. Yeah, that'd get me a little tuned up.
Yeah, better. My favorite thing about that story is your impression of that owner.
Yeah,
it's like spot on, identical to your impression of somebody else that used to live next door to you.
Oh yeah,
you went into it and, like, I legitimately thought you were gonna be like, and it was him, and I was like, huh.
Really?
Yeah, you the same voice you do for him. It was the same voice you put on for the owner.
I did not realize that.
I mean, if you want to say his name, I don't care. I just for the sake of posterity.
I don't think Michael Lopez is going to watch this podcast. If he does, shout out to you, Michael. And I'm glad you had to smell my dog's crap from your front yard. Anyways,
that's a fun story.
How's your wife?
Not the dog shit, but it's a funny story. So the first day I went over to your house, I pull up and I look at the house next door, and I go, I know that house. I spent time there as a child. My best friend grew up and lived there.
I spent many a days there.
Yeah, I was like, wow, I never thought I'd be back here again. Like, it just, I don't know. It's just kind of a fun little story. Like, we met years after Ian and I had hung out. Like, I mean, yeah, it had been years since I'd been there, and then all of a sudden here I go pulling up to your house to pick you up, and I'm like, huh.
So to piggyback on that, how weird that is, I'm having a party at my house years ago.
Yeah.
And I have a friend over, or one of the friends that are at the party. He says, I've got two of my friends. They were a couple.
Yeah.
He said, they asked me what I was doing, and I said, I'm here. Is it cool if I invite them? They're real cool people, whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, absolutely. Tell them to come over. They come over, and they go, so you bought this house from the Pryors?
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, yeah, that's who used to own this house. And they go, they're like our best friends. We've been in this house 100 times.
That's awesome.
Yeah, they're like, this is where we used to hang out all the time.
Yeah.
And now they're back in that house.
With a different owner. Yeah.
With a different owner for a party. I'm like, that's
how weird.
Insane.
What a beautiful house.
What a beautiful little memory-filled house.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, it's as sappy as it's going to get.
Yep.
Probably as sappy as it'll ever get. Oh, that's so funny. Yeah, now it's being, some investors bought it.
Interesting.
They tore the fence down in the backyard. Now it looks all weird.
Yeah.
I painted the outside of the house.
Yeah.
And now they've painted it back like a different color to match the siding, which now it just looks like a kid just went, I'm going to make this a cream house. This is going to look real cute.
And Michael's still pissed off because they never cleaned up the dog shit. They just took the fence out and painted the house.
Right. So I drove by there the other day.
Oh, you did.
And so for like 2.5 years, probably more like 3 to 4, Michael and I didn't speak.
Yeah.
Because we had a bit of a disagreement. And he lost his crap, and I in turn lost my crap back on him because the complaint was about him.
Yeah.
And something he was doing. Well, he got super defensive, and I didn't like it, so we had words. And we didn't speak for almost, like I said, 3 to 4 years.
Yeah.
Well, before I moved out, I was like, well, I ain't got to talk to him for the rest of my life. I might as well go say, hey, man, just put her there. No hard feelings. Because that's just the kind of guy I am. I'm a Captain America shirt wearing, good citizen. So we end on good terms. He's like, yeah, man, I lost it that day or whatever. And I'm like, so your answer to that, you admit that you were wrong.
Yeah.
And the answer to that was, I'm not going to speak to the guy for a handful of years.
I'm not going to talk to him.
Yeah, which was fine. He was a weirdo anyways. Again, if you're watching, Michael, what's up? So, anyways, I drive by there and just to look at the house, see what it looks like now, see if anything else has been changed. And here's Michael walking out of the house, like right as I'm passing to turn my head to look at my house. He's right there. He knows what my car. I'm driving the same car that I did when I used to live there. And I'm like, he's going to see me. And not that it would have mattered if he saw me.
Yeah.
I just didn't want it to be awkward, like have to put my hand up and wave and have this weird... I feel like there would have been the most awkward half second in the history of half seconds of Michael seeing me, thinking it's me wondering if Michael recognizes it's me. And, which by the way, Michael, like, all of his hair is now gray. Yeah. He has this giant Santa Claus beard. And it didn't even look like him. So as I'm about to turn my head to look, I see Michael. So I take like my hat off and I start doing this. I start like rubbing the side of my face so that he wouldn't see me. Like that was so unnecessary.
I thought that might be Josh. Like,
thought that might have been Josh. Thought he was gonna stop and have that beer we always talked about. Guess not. He's probably busy. See you later, Jason.
Jason.
He called me Jason for like 3 years.
That's hilarious.
Which, fun fact, or not fun for me, it's quite annoying.
Yeah.
I don't know why, especially old people.
Yeah.
It's more old people than anything. Like, I used to work at a pharmacy, and old people who knew my name would constantly call me Jason. It's like Josh and Jason would get mixed up. But I would say something to one of my coworkers. I'm like, why do I keep getting Jason? They're like, well, Josh, Jason. I'm like, no.
Yeah.
One has an extra syllable. No. It's like, well, Joshua. Well, that's got even more syllables.
It's got 3. That's still an extra syllable.
Exactly. They're like, yeah, Josh, Jason, similar. I'm like, maybe John.
Yeah.
But not Jason. But it wasn't just one person. It was multiple people. So if you're a listener, comment below whatever it is you're listening on or tweet us or whatever. If your name is Josh and you've ever been called Jason.
Morgan gets Megan a lot.
Morgan gets Megan?
Megan, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've ever had... Yeah, I mean, Trey doesn't really...
No.
You don't have a... Like, it doesn't...
And, I mean, unless it was like Trayvon.
Yeah, or like Terry. That'd be the equivalent. Trey and then call me Terry, and you're just like, wow, well, that doesn't even...
Trey, Terry,
like... We'll leave that one for the YouTube.
Yeah.
We won't even explain it.
I don't even know what just happened there. That's our newest character, Terry.
Terry, it's the same.
Terry, who secretly wants to be called Trey.
Yeah.
Terry, it's the same.
It's pretty much the same.
Oh, man. So this is the gum I chewed from the last episode. It is now...
I've wondered what you've been playing with. So we had only opened two double bubbles, and so I'm sitting here looking, you've got like 4 things in your hand, and I was like, what is all... I thought you had opened another one and eaten it.
No.
Like, that's what I had just assumed.
Oh, well, I wouldn't have eaten the gum. Anyways, I might have put it in my mouth and chewed on it a bit, but I wouldn't have eaten it.
Well, you know, I mean...
The crap stays in your system for like 7 years.
7 years!
Okay, so we both kind of just said 7 years at the same time.
Yeah.
How did we both remember that it was 7 years?
Well,
have you ever Googled that
2
gum
reasons.
stays in your...
Like, that's just an old wives' tale.
Yeah.
It's not 7 years, by the way. You can Google it. I'm fairly certain. Now I'm going to have to re-Google it to make sure that I'm right. Now I'm going to tell everybody wrong. But I'm fairly certain it's not 7 years. Like, that's an old wives' tale.
Okay.
But secondly, have you ever seen the movie Scott Pilgrim vs. the World?
You shut your mouth. You go ask somebody else that question. You have met your limit with asking me that question. And
So-
now you can explain to the people.
So at the end of that movie, Gideon, he swallows his gum, and there's 7 evil X's, everything is 7, and he goes, that's going to stay in my digestive tract for 7 years! Like, he says that.
That's right.
Yeah. The reason... First, what did Google say? Is it an old wives' tale? Am I right? I want to say it was... That's not true. Like, it doesn't stay in your system.
Oh, I'm already looking up would you rather questions.
Oh, okay. Well,
I've completely went off
I thought
the
we were
rails.
going to learn, but...
You thought wrong.
Yeah, I fucked up. So the reason I asked him if he had ever seen Scott Pilgrim vs. the World is it's basically a running joke at this point. I would always ask him, like, because it's my favorite movie. It really is. I love that movie. And so we've been friends, what, 2.5 years now?
2.5.
2.5. And I mean, easily half a dozen times I've asked you this question. Maybe close to a dozen at this point. I've looked at you and I've made some kind of reference or something and been like, have you ever seen Scott Pilgrim vs. the World? Because I always forget that we have this conversation.
And for the first year, I mean, you asking me that question would happen not a whole lot of time would have elapsed, and you asked me that question again.
Yeah,
and I would kind of start to laugh because I thought you were messing with me. Because I'm like, he just asked me that last month.
Yeah, he asked me nope.
And so then I started pausing. I noticed the first 2 or 3 times you asked me, I was like, we weren't close enough for me to really insult you.
Yeah, ream me over the coals for it.
Right. Or rake you over the coals.
Yeah.
Either one.
You could rail me over them.
I could. Apparently. I didn't know that was an option. You want to hit stop recording right now? And
we'll just get some coals.
Get some coals.
We can epilate while we're at it. We'll just make it a party.
We'll let Morgan, we'll give her the night off from epilating with that activity. Man, we're ignorant. So I wouldn't ream or rail you over the coals. I would just answer you. No, I've never seen it.
Yeah.
And then the 4th time I paused.
Yeah.
To be like, is he really screwing with me? Is this a whole long ongoing
it's the
joke?
Long con.
Yeah.
No, I'm just fucking stupid. I forgot.
So I would pause, and you finally one day went, have I already asked you this question? I'm like, yeah, you might have asked me once or twice before. And then you did it again. And I'm like, and you go, I've already asked you that question, haven't I? You became a little more sure of yourself. I'm like, yeah, you actually did. And then I think when we were here,
yeah.
Well, no, there might have been another time where I was like, yeah, you actually, I mean, it's probably the 8th time, to be honest with you, you've asked me. And you're like, really? I feel like I asked you that all the time. Well, I say that because it's my favorite movie.
Yeah.
So I get here. I'm here for maybe a week or so, and I said something that reminded you of the movie. Yeah. And it has been months since the last time.
It's probably the longest we've gone.
It's by far the longest. And you ask me again, and I'm looking at you like, there's no way. There's no way he is seriously asking me this question. And you go, I feel like we've covered it. No, that's the way you worded it. Yeah. You said, I feel like we've covered this. And I finally just had to go, yes, many, many times. So then what did we do?
We fucking sat you down and made you watch it.
I finally watched it. Stellar movie. Loved it. Freaking loved the movie.
But you were going to carry it to your grave. You weren't going to... if I wouldn't have sat you down and made you watch it, you wouldn't have.
But after I watched it, I told you, I made you promise me that every now and then, when you feel like it, you need to look at me and ask me, have you ever seen Scott Pilgrim vs.
Now I know, because I watched it with you. That one was screwing me there. I knew I was...
but you still got to ask me.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'll probably still forget, and I'll be like, I think we watched... That might have been somebody else.
You sure? I mean, you sat right beside me on my couch. But was it you?
Oh, but were you watching?
Were you really watching? It's going to be episode 35 on here. We're not going to mention this again, and you're going to be like, hey, that reminds me. Have you ever seen...
Just give me the fucking comments. Everybody's, have you ever seen Scott Pilgrim vs. the World?
That would be hilarious. Hey, Josh, I'm gonna get tweeted 5 times a day. You ever seen Scott Pilgrim vs. the World? I keep reaching for this. I've got an unopened one, and it's taken everything in me not to go to the fridge and open it.
Well, I mean, you've drank what? 2 now? 1.5?
That you've seen.
That I've seen?
Yeah. Well, 1.5 since we started shooting.
Yeah. That's what I mean.
Yeah. And I had one... Ooh. I had the one I opened up this morning.
Yeah, it's probably not a good idea.
Well, this is when I started drinking the last time we filmed. It was about 11 o'clock.
Yeah, that's right.
That I opened the other one. and drank it,
And then like fell asleep at like
I fell asleep like
12:30. Yeah.
Yeah. 3 milligram melatonin. Done. But
Oh, that brother gone. You seen those TikToks? He like takes the Benadryl.
You've asked me that like 12 times.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
I was just like, no, I do remember showing you that one though, where the dude takes the
what is
Benadryl. He takes it. He's like got allergies or whatever. He pops the Benadryl and like drinks the water, and he's like, ah. And then the dude breaks into the door, and he goes and just knocks the shit out of him, and it plays the music. It's like, oh, that brother gone.
I've never seen that.
I have to just find that brother gone.
Okay. Oh man. So that's a pretty pink cup you got there.
Thank you.
I was completely making fun of your masculinity.
I don't know. It's probably not by WizYakuza. Get ready to slumber, that brother gone.
Rye Cooter? I have never heard that.
I love it.
That is so good.
That's what I pictured. This is the melatonin. You're just like, 3 milligrams of melatonin.
That brother
slumber. That brother gone.
That's delightful. So, oh man, the last time we spoke about creating.
Oh yeah, this is a create shit podcast, isn't it?
Yeah, we do that.
We created pain earlier.
We did create
Well,
pain.
Morgan created pain.
Morgan, the author of Pain.
No.
What was that?
I don't know.
I feel like
I'm mildly aroused. Like, I don't know. I'm confused.
oh, that was like
Yeah,
a
like, I don't know.
I don't know how to take that.
Yeah, it's weird.
I don't know. Would you like to elaborate?
No, that's about it.
No, okay.
Yeah, no, we'll leave it there.
Well, we created Pain.
We did.
But so officially, Bobby, if you weren't my son, I'd hug you. Hey. So by the next podcast, we should have Curtis up and running.
Uh-huh.
And if if you know, you know. Gosh, so many people are going to get so fed up with our inside jokes. That's why you need a Patreon. Mm-hmm. We need a Patreon. I don't know who I'm talking to when I say you.
So people can pay us to learn our inside jokes.
Yeah, it's a privilege. There's a paywall to our inside jokes.
There's a paywall to our vulnerability.
That's right. My vulnerability. Yeah. I'm comfortable with charging for that.
Yeah.
If I'm going to charge for anything, my vulnerability, you know, some people just take vulnerability for granted.
Yeah, but not us. That we're going to create a paywall.
Yeah. I'm at a point in my life where my vulnerability costs money.
You get that.
It's you must.
If you know, you know.
If you know, you know. You know, I'm just so used to vulnerability getting taken for granted.
Shit on.
And that too.
Yeah, stomped into the ground, railed over the coals.
Held over the coals.
Your vulnerability just
railed over the coals. I feel like that's a t-shirt design on t-shirt hell. Railed over the coals.
Just train tracks. Like a little devil.
Oh, yeah.
Meep meep. Meep meep.
With this little pitchfork.
Yeah.
Do you think they have flaming hot Cheeto fries in hell? There's no way.
I hope so.
I'll be praying for you, bud.
Meep meep. Take one, brother. Meep meep. Chugga 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 chugga. Can I pitch the coals? Sure. Meep meep.
Here's some water. Why is it spicy? It's Fireball. It's actually Fireball. It's always served down here. Oh man,
Everything's fire themed.
I'm expecting you to be like, I don't know. It'd be torturous down there.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way there's something that tasty in hell. And you're like, I hope so. I was not expecting that. Oh, man, this dynamic.
That's why we work well together.
It really is. Oh, man.
That was way out of left center field.
You never played hockey, did you?
Nah, just disc golf.
Whew! All right.
Jumping through some hoops. That's that mental gymnastics right there.
Mental gymnastics.
Yeah.
I like to break a mental sweat.
Yeah, just a little bit. I broke an actual sweat earlier.
You did, getting all
Emulated.
Stimulated,
Stimulated.
percolated.
It was, I mean, I guess it was a type of stimulation, but it was...
Well, it was Morgan causing you pain. I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know what happened over there. I mean, I'm sitting over here and I hear, "Whoa, Chief! You want me to leave?"
Why did it sound so metal?
Well, you're not mortal.
Well, yeah. I would love... Just thinking about emulation. Like, how cool would it be to, like, little 8-bit us? Like a little create shit game. Like, just on a little adventure.
Oh,
That'd be cool as shit.
our companion is Fred.
Yeah!
We get 3 of him. We have to charge up our Fred meter.
Yeah.
We get more bread.
Yeah.
The more bread we get, that's our power ups is bread.
Yes.
Flamin' Hot Cheetos does more for you than it does for me.
Bang gives me a heart attack. He just kills me.
Right. Bang's bad for you.
Yeah.
It's good for me. It's like my spinach.
Yeah.
We're on to
How
something.
cool would that be, though?
We're on to
now
something.
I'm wondering, like, is it like a side scroller platformer? Would it be like a beat 'em up, like a Double Dragon or something?
Okay.
Or,
Okay.
I don't know. Or would it be like a top down, almost like an RPG?
Yeah. I don't know.
But I feel like it has to be 8-bit,
Yeah.
right? I don't know why. I see it as 8-bit.
Yeah.
Or 16-bit, I guess. It'd be 16-bit.
Whatever. I was never good at English. Or science. I don't know. Yeah. That would
Like,
be
I
fun.
don't see it as a modern, like,
No.
you know, like with modern graphics. I don't know. I'd be scared to see like somebody take me and like make me in Blender, and that'd be weird.
Why would they put you in a blender?
Well, I don't know. To chop me up so that I'd fit more neatly into an 8-bit character. I don't know.
I'm assuming Blender is some type of program. That...
Oh yeah, it's like 3D modeling. It's open source.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
That Maya is one.
Yeah.
I dabbled in 3D like animation just a little bit.
Okay.
Not enough to really be proficient in anything, but I played around with it.
What I would rather have, I think, than like me in a
Yeah.
modern video game, is I've always wanted a wrestling figure,
Oh, that'd be cool.
like a Scottish Prince wrestling figure.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure there's companies out there that you can have that done.
Uh huh.
But I don't know. I've never had anybody.
Yeah.
Care
What if
enough.
it was like a? What if somebody made you like a Muppet or like a rag doll?
That
That'd
would
be
be
kind of cool.
That
like
would
a
be
little,
cool too.
Little like if they crochet you like a little crocheted Scottish Prince.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of cool. I can see that.
Anything like that.
Yeah.
That would be great. But as a wrestler, having the wrestling action figure,
Oh, yeah.
that's the dream.
And you could buy the WWE ring and like, put yourself in it. You
Absolutely.
could fight Big Show and like Goldberg and
I would win.
yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah, I would beat Brock Lesnar, no doubt. only in action figure world.
Yeah.
Yeah, he would pick his teeth.
He wouldn't put you over.
No,
No. No, you're not worthy. The prince is not worthy of being put over.
not by Mr. Lesnar.
Hey, sorry for the interruption, guys. Just letting you know that we are going to be pulling our Amazon gift card winner now. Now, if you're not familiar with what this is and you haven't kept up with us on Twitter, you need to go follow us now. Because this episode, the next episode... You good? Still waking up?
Shut up.
Every episode until the end of time, we are going to be pulling a $5
Well, we're not going to be pulling a $5. We're going to be pulling a winner for a $5 Amazon gift card. Now, the way you enter into that is you need to look at our pinned tweet, our current pinned tweet for whatever episode is the latest episode. And you need to you need to retweet that tweet, and then you need to follow us so that we can DM you and get with you on the details so that you can actually get or receive this thing.
All three.
Yep. Have to do all 3 in order to be entered into this drawing. So what I've done is I've taken everybody that has currently liked, retweeted, and followed us on that pinned tweet, and I've written their names down. I've assigned a number to them, and I'm going to go ahead, just so that it's fair, I'm going to show you guys on camera. Time on that. So those are all 3 winners. For those of you that are listening, number 1 is Fernanda L. They've liked and retweeted our post and followed us. That's at FernanML20. You've got number 2 coming in at Leo, which is Luigi Leo M. And then finally, number 3, Ace, which is Wrestling Ace 1. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to swap over right now to my random number generator. And so that this is completely fair, I'm going to do this live in front of the camera just so that everybody can see it.
This is exciting.
So I don't know how well you can hear me from here. Might need Josh to kind of help narrate. I've got a generator, let's see, 1 through 3, because there's only 3 numbers. I only need 1 pull, and we're not excluding anything. I'm going to go ahead and hit generate right here. And the number that was generated was 1.
All right.
So corresponding with the random number 1, we have Fernanda L. So good job. Congratulations, Fernanda L. Thank you for following us. Thank you for listening along. Thank you for liking and retweeting our pinned tweet. And yeah, good luck to everybody else. We've got an episode coming out in... 2.5 hours? This episode is going to drop in 2.5 hours as of this recording. Yes, we're doing this the morning of. We wanted to give as much time to our winners as possible. So, yeah. If you didn't win this time, hey, you've got next episode, the episode after that. Just keep trying. You're bound to win something. But we're going to kick it back to our past selves, future selves. I don't know. I don't know at this point.
At this point, I don't know where we're at.
Yeah, it's funny because they don't even know that we're doing this.
They don't.
So we'll kick it back to us.
Not even close. But yeah, I think an action figure or a Funko. We need Funko Pops.
Funko Pops would be cool.
Can you make?
You can make custom ones. Yeah, you can submit them.
Okay.
We should get them and just put them right here or something.
That would be cool.
That'd be kind of neat.
I would love that.
I mean, it's not the same as an official Funko Pop, if they made us, but whatever. We can make our own.
So
fuck them.
What level of status would we have to achieve for Funko Pop to make us?
I don't know.
How big would we have to get?
Probably pretty big, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know about Funko, but you could get U2s. That's basically like a Funko, but they do limited runs.
Okay.
So for instance, Unis Honest had U2s, but I mean, you're talking they had 5 million subscribers, and then Markiplier in his own right has 25 million or something.
Yeah.
And then I think Ethan just broke 1 million a few months ago. Okay. So I mean, you're talking between them, which I'm sure there's overlap in the audience, but still. But they had their own U2s. Carl from, excuse me, yeah. Well, I think Carl
with hats.
No, Mr. Beast.
Oh, okay.
Carl, that kills people.
Carl, that kills people. Whoa, hey, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I haven't seen that in forever. That's an old age
Oh yeah.
The fucking dark ages of YouTube. Not in a bad way, dark ages. It's just, it seems like it's so, that crawled out of the depths of my memory right there when you said that. I was like, wow.
I had a birthday cake made for somebody in the past with
oh, that's awesome.
llamas with hats. Yeah, and it said Carl.
Man, that was the good days of YouTube. It really was the Wild West.
It was.
There wasn't any.
There was not a specific formula.
Nobody was
that people followed.
Yeah, it was so just meat.
Meat.
What was it? Bill.
Ben.
Ben. Hey, Ben.
Hey, Ben.
Hey, Ben.
What you got there, Ben? Ben. We got to watch that when this is done.
Yes.
I want to watch that with you. That would be hilarious.
Yes. Well, that was the inspiration for David.
It was.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Had you ever seen them before?
No.
That balloon
Well,
shop?
I think I'd seen like I think we pulled up something and I was like, oh, okay, I know, but I hadn't seen that specific skit.
Right.
But I think there was a video that we watched and I was like, oh, okay, no, I have seen this.
Yeah. It was by Balloon Shop, just 3 guys, and they absolutely blew up.
Yeah.
They have a Christmas one, and like you can probably look on there now, and in the comments, people are like, "I come back here once a year, Christmas Eve, to watch this with my brother because we watched it like 7 years ago, and it's the best thing ever."
And like it's kind of sad in a way that YouTube probably is never going to be that way again.
Right. It's
like that was such a special time, and part of it's probably nostalgia because I mean, for me, I was like 14,
right?
You know, so you were obviously older. You were probably 18, 19.
Obviously,
yeah, obviously. But
man,
math. If my my understanding of math and linear years is correct, that you would obviously be.
I would have been older. It was your delivery of the. It was the way you really expounded on. Obviously, you were older.
But I don't know. It was just such a that's golden YouTube for me. And
right.
it's I mean, you'll have kids now they're like 11 or 12 that when they're 17, 18, they'll probably be like, that was I remember watching Minecraft. I remember watching Dream and Techno and Mr. Beast, which I mean I love Mr. Beast. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. But like that kind of like it's wild to think.
Right. Well, like. I'm really into Call of Duty Zombies. That's what I cut my teeth on when it comes to YouTube and live streaming and everything like that. Back, I don't know, 7, 8 years ago, there was a group of guys called Next Gen Tactics that I watched. It was the first time I'd ever gotten into like watching streamers. Or they weren't even streaming. It was just pre-recorded.
Yeah.
And it was those two. It was a guy named Spiderbite and Meatwagon. Working together. They were both part of Next Gen Tactics, and they just did high round strategies on different zombie maps, and they were rounds that I couldn't fathom getting to. Yeah. And I remember being just sucked into that so much, and it was just so bare bones, nothing fancy, nothing crazy, and zombies hadn't evolved into what it is now. Yeah. And I remember just sitting there for hours just watching them mindlessly kill hordes of zombies doing the same thing over and over. I'm waiting on them to mess up like I always would, and they never would. I'm like, oh my gosh, they're so good. And now it's like you don't even hear about them anymore. Yeah. And these younger guys have like taken over, which they've earned it. They deserve it. And it's this whole, like, there's a level of flashiness. They have all these different things in their streams and just what streaming is nowadays. Yeah. And I miss 7, 8 years ago where just the simplest of things hooked people. I don't know. It was more... I felt like
it was more simple. I mean, really, it was a simpler time.
I felt like I was hanging out with them in their living room watching them play zombies rather than watching a streamer perform for me.
What's really weird, too, is it's almost like... well, I mean, it's like a time capsule, really, Like, or I was thinking, like, it's like a digital archaeologist. Right. Like, going back and finding, like, those channels. Like, I don't know, it's something kind of special. Like, it's preserved, And it's like, this is how YouTube used to be,
That is cool to me. So, to go on to stay in that little realm of thinking, I was with my daughter the other day, and she got an iPad for Christmas. Yep. And she wanted to watch, I forgot what it was she wanted to watch on it. It was like Mario or something, and I forgot that I streamed a whole Mario game at one point. I broke it up into like 4 parts.
I remember that. Yeah.
So, and I remember her enjoying watching that, watching Mario, and I thought, whenever I'm not with my daughter right now, she can watch me play Mario. Yeah. So
that's cool.
Yeah. And when I was streaming it, I thought she can always, she's very young. She's 4.5 now.
Yeah, but when she's like 12.
When she's 12, she can go back and watch Dad play Mario. Yeah. If, she's just sitting there one night and she wants to watch Mario. Yeah. She can watch Dad play Mario.
So it's really morbid.
That's cool to me. And she can always go back when she's 25 years old.
Yeah.
She can go back and be like, there's Dad playing Mario. How cool is that?
That's what I was going to say. Like, it's really morbid to think about, but I think about it with my Spook You stuff. Like, if something were to ever happen to me, whether, my daughter's 8 or
I've had this thought too.
35,
Yeah.
she could go back and watch my Spook You videos and, like, just listen to me talk.
Right.
Like, how cool is that? Some people, like, how, like, some people, like, their parent passes away or something, and they'll call their phone number and listen to the voicemail.
Yeah.
Like, she'll have 80-something to 100 videos
Yeah.
of just me talking.
Right.
Like, she'll always be able to hear my voice. And stuff that I have it archived. It's all saved. I have it on hard drives and stuff. So,
Yeah.
like, she'll always be able to go back to that.
When it's
and
uploaded
listen
to
it.
YouTube as well.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, if something were to ever happen to YouTube or, like, the server shut down, like, it gets whatever, like, I still have hard copies.
Right.
Like, I don't know. It's kind of neat to think, like, she'll have something like that.
I've thought of that too.
Like I said, it's really morbid, but at the same time, it's kind of nice that she'll have something.
No, I guess that you could consider it morbid, but
Yeah.
at the same time, out of all the streams I've done and like wrestling matches that have been caught on camera, and I mean, she can just Google my name versus somebody.
Yeah.
And I think there's a lot of random wrestling websites that just keep up with results.
Yep.
And if like a couple years ago, I Googled my name and a certain wrestling promotion that I was with for a little while, and I found results from matches that I'd forgotten I'd had.
Oh, that's cool.
And it was like Josh Oglesby and so versus this other tag team, and the match lasted 8 minutes and 70 I almost said 70
8
seconds.
minutes and 75 seconds.
8 minutes and 75 seconds. 8 minutes and 35 seconds. And it went to a no contest or whatever. And just that stuff exists out there.
Mm-hmm.
So leaving some type of body of work that if my child gets curious enough, they can go back and look and discover. And that's really cool to me.
Yeah, same. So, I don't know. It's just kind of...
It is cool.
It's been down a very wholesome path.
We went from super ignorant to... Hey,
super thoughtful.
Those guys, they got hearts.
Yeah. Hearts and minds.
We've got hearts and we've got minds. Look at you go.
Look at me go.
I need you to help me design a Hearts and Minds t-shirt.
Okay.
Because Arma Chain is like, we got to get t-shirts. And I told him at the last show, we can get... So for those of you who have no idea what Hearts and Minds is, that's my wrestling faction.
Yeah.
That I'm I kind of head up that group, lead that group into hopeful wins and fame and stardom in the world of 3-count pro wrestling. But...
Well, you're a heavy hitter at 3-count.
Am I?
Yeah, I would say so.
I would say so too. I just needed you to say that so I didn't sound pompous and arrogant. But no, we need t-shirts.
Okay.
For all those fans.
All those fans.
Hearts and minds. Well,
what do you say? Yeah, I was about to say.
Creator of the week. Content creator.
Oh, I know who. I had to think about it for a second. I feel like we've been on this episode for a while.
We have. It's been going
Not a bad thing. I don't care. I was sitting here. I was like, I'd forgotten. I was like, shit, who did we say? I knew we talked about it. Yeah.
No, I remember. Like, I love this because it's a different variation of what we've been doing. It's been we've had horror narrators, and then we've had Vincent with card game creation.
Yep.
And now we've got our first ever artist. Well, we had an author last show.
We did.
And now we're going to have an artist.
So, actually, I ran into this person at a convention. I'm trying to think what convention it was. It was while I was, like, traveling and doing Spellslinger stuff with Vincent. I make that sounds like I was at a different place every week or something, like I was out of town. I did, like, 4.
Yeah.
In the span of, like, 8 months to a year,
Right.
But it was at one of these conventions. It may have been MomoCon. I may have just met him at MomoCon, which would have been a bigger one, which I wasn't with Vincent. I think I just went with Caleb to that one. I don't remember. Anyways, this person does art, like art prints. And man, like, well, you got to see them, and I don't know how well it'll transfer as far as like if I show them on video, but I highly recommend going to the website. This is Wiz, W-I-Z, Yakuza, YAKUZA.com. And this individual does a lot of anime, but also pop culture. So like there's some Avengers prints in here.
The Winter Soldier.
DC, yeah, the Winter Soldier.
That
was awesome.
was so cool.
So he does. They're called I think it's called lenticular prints is what it's called. So like, I always thought of them as like holographic or whatever. Where like, I guess that's what I always called it. It's probably, I'm sure that's wrong. But where like if you look at it from one angle, it's something, and then like as you move, like it moves with you.
Yeah.
Elemental. Yeah, it's a lenticular print. And so those are my favorite, but he does just standard prints, just an art, like it might be, you know, if you're into anime, it might be like a Deku or an All Might on a print, or, you know, it might be Light Yagami on a print or whatever. Those are your standard prints. And then he has these lenticular prints where, like, if you look at it from one angle, it might be, like we saw earlier, Captain America, and then as you move to another angle, it transitions into Winter Soldier. There are a lot of really cool Spider-Man ones, too, where, it, like, he'll go through, like, I've seen him go from, like, the standard suit, the red and blue suit, to, like, the symbiote suit, which is really cool.
Right.
Or there's one with Into the Spider-Verse, and it has Miles, and then Gwen, and then I think it even has Peter in there. But those are cool, and I mean, they're really affordable. It depends. So this is a 3D triple transition, so it's got 3 prints in one. That's $29.99, but I mean, still, for an 11 by 17, you can't beat that. Yeah. Now, the Winter Soldier one we looked at, it's also an 11 by 17, but it's only the 2 prints in one, the lenticular. It is $24.99.
Right.
You can also go through here, and so you can do, that's with only 3D print, or you could do with a wooden black frame. You can buy it with a frame. You can buy it.
Did you say wooden black? Mm-hmm. That is super cool.
Yeah. So it'll come with that too. So you could do it either way. Now that bumps the cost up a little bit. So this particular one, we're looking at Avatar: The Last Airbender. It's going between Aang, Toph, and then I just forgot her name, Katara. With the black frame, it goes from $29.99 to $49.99. But still.
So while folks are listening to this, what's the website they can go on to while they're listening to us?
So it's called WizYakuza.com. And you can look at all of these. And that's Wiz, W-I-Z, and then Yakuza, Y-A-K-U-Z-A.com. Dude, I mean, he has so many prints. He's got split prints that are really cool, too. I didn't even show you that. So, like, for instance,
check the site out while Trey's talking about this, because
yeah,
I mean, I've looked at them. They are ridiculously cool.
Like, so I'm a huge My Hero Academia fan, so like that right there, a triple split. It's one for all. So it's got God, I can't remember her name, but the one before All Might that he got his, you know, and then
$14.99.
Yeah, that's it.
My gosh.
And that's an 11 by 17.
That's
Museum
insane.
quality 80-pound glossy print.
You could deck your whole room out.
Yeah.
For like not a ton of money and have quality stuff.
Oh, dude, the art is insane. Now, he does the splits. He also does metal. I'm not sure how it works on there. Now, the metals, they're up to about 60, but like, for instance, there's one for Vegeta.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's got Majin Vegeta, and then him and the God, the SSGS, and then the blue.
Now, one thing I want to interject, keep in mind that whenever we promote these content creators, just like we're Pimento.
With pimento cheese them.
Yep. Just like who we're promoting right now, it's not like we're blowing a bunch of smoke because they're compensating us.
Yeah.
They have no idea we're talking about.
Yeah. He does canvases too, but it looks like it's a one and done.
Right.
So like these are all sold out.
Okay.
And I don't know if they come back in stock.
Interesting. Yeah.
Or you can get them autographed, which is kind of neat.
That is super cool. No, the value that you get for the price.
Yeah.
I don't know where else you're going and getting that kind of work for that price.
So just a quick about, which you can read all of this on their page, but they're a small 2-man operation dedicated to bringing our fans the most unique and interesting mediums of pop culture artwork. So you've got Caesar Ian, boy, I'm going to butcher this, Muyuela? That's a digital illustrator, and he's from San Mateo, Rizal in the Philippines. He's the artistic mastermind behind all the creations. Then you have Christian Garenstrom. There's 2 A's in there. I'm not sure how that... Garenstrom? Young self-employed digital idea engineer who works hard to manage and build a unique brand for WizYakuza by selling prints and finding new clients to commission our artwork across the world. There's even an interview down there. They do take commissions too. We have done commission work for many celebrities, entertainers, voice actors, and convention organizers. At the moment, we are not accepting new commission requests. And they'll update the page when they are accepting new ones. So, yeah.
Very cool.
And you can contact them. They've got their contact information there, and they're out of Anaheim, California.
Very nice.
That's so cool.
Yeah, I'm super impressed. When you showed me that picture of Captain America and Winter Soldier, you're like, guess how much it is? And I'm thinking, well, it's probably really good, solid quality work. So I'm thinking a couple hundred.
Yeah.
And you're like 25.
Yeah.
Like
25.
That's ridiculous. That's
so
ridiculously good.
Highly recommend it. But yeah.
Well, cool. Well, I hope you guys check him out. I'm looking for a question for us.
Oh, like a would you rather?
Yeah, I'm not finding any that tickle my
Pickle?
fancy. I was going to say fancy, but you could say fancy pickle.
You could tickle your nipple.
You could. These are just stupid.
There's that one guy on YouTube that I was telling you about, QT. He's like and follow me, stupid motherfuckers. Somebody dropped a would you rather in his, and it was like, would you rather fight, a horse-sized duck or 100 duck-sized horses? And this man broke this down, like, to such detail. And he was like, part of it, he's like, well, I mean, ducks have horse-screw penises, and he's like, those fuckers can fly. He's like, imagine one of those flying up above you and then snatching onto your head with that and choking you to death with it. He's like, I'd much rather fight the horses. He goes, people underestimate how powerful a duck really is.
Oh, no.
It's so funny.
Ooh.
You got one?
I don't.
No? Okay.
Well, I don't know. It'll be one to get you thinking.
Okay.
Would you rather continue with your life or restart it?
Actually, that's a question that I ask myself occasionally. Like, not even gonna lie. How different would my life be if I went back and did X, Y, Z different? Where would I be?
Right.
It's mostly I ponder on that. Like, I don't know. It's kind of a cool thought.
Well, I think the question is, do you go back with the knowledge you have now, or
Well, I've thought about that because
or do you just say, hey, I want to hit the restart button?
Well, I've thought about that too. Like, because I'm like, man, being a kid was great.
Right.
But I think being a kid was great because I didn't know shit.
Yeah.
Like, being a kid wouldn't be too great as with all the knowledge that I have now.
Yeah, you'd be a weird dude.
Yeah, I would. Well, and
or you'd be the coolest.
yeah.
I mean, imagine having the ability to talk, like, make friends.
Mm-hmm.
Just talking, like, being a young man being awkward.
Yeah.
Talking to girls, you wouldn't be awkward. You'd be like, I know all the tricks
Well,
in
that'd
the
be
book
kind of
now.
awkward. I wouldn't have a girlfriend. Like, not as a kid. Mentally, I couldn't. That'd be weird.
Pick it. Well, yeah, but you'd still be a kid.
Yeah, but I'd have the mind of an adult, though, right?
I would hope not. Like, you just have the knowledge.
But like, at what point does
if you
the
could
knowledge not
transfer over into you being like an adult? I see what you're saying.
Because that's what I think of when I think the knowledge transfers. Like, I know.
Yeah.
Like, I'm still an adult.
Because you could manipulate people. I mean, you could manipulate friends. You could manipulate females.
Yeah.
Hopefully you wouldn't.
Yeah.
Because you're a good person. And when I say you, I mean hypothetically. I don't mean you.
Yeah, not me.
I don't
like
mean you being a good person.
It's a fake person.
Because you're.
I don't know. It's something I've thought about.
It's really trying to stress, not you.
Yeah.
You're not a good person.
Yeah. You suck.
Yeah. You would totally manipulate
But
people.
I've definitely had that, like, what would it be like if, like, I've like, man, I don't know if I'd want to go back and be a kid because the magic is gone. Yeah. Because I know. You know?
Yeah.
And then there were certain things like I'd be really sad because like I wouldn't have Naka or my wife or my daughter or Jet or Kobe like
Yeah.
because I'd be starting over.
These are dogs. He doesn't actually have a jet.
No. Yeah, old Jet.
So, okay, so on the
So like I would still remember them, you know. So like I wouldn't. At some point, I'd get them again, you know.
Yeah.
Like going through life, assuming I
could
did
if
things
you
the
followed
same.
that
Yeah.
path.
Like you get what I'm saying?
I do. So, I guess a different way to ask it is if you could restart
Yeah.
and not have this knowledge,
Yeah, it would have to be a fresh,
like
clean,
a fresh start.
Yeah,
Not necessarily.
but then does it matter?
Yeah,
Because you don't remember. Like, who knows? Maybe I've already restarted my life.
are you restarting, and you just go through the same? Like, what would be the point of restarting and doing it all over again?
Yeah.
and having no prior
Well, the
knowledge?
question would be: once you hit a certain point, do you get that knowledge back and you remember and see? You would gauge and see what different choices you made differently.
Right. But so like if you had to start over and you didn't have prior knowledge
Yeah.
in your life, like if you knew right now if you restarted, your life would just go in a different direction than it is now. You'd have a
Yeah.
different life because there'd be no point in restarting
Yeah.
and doing everything
Yeah,
over again.
But then it doesn't matter because you don't remember this life.
right.
like-
but I think your life right now would have to be,
So bad.
I guess, bad enough to say,
Yeah.
would you rather restart and just take on something completely different with
Yeah.
no prior knowledge to this life, or would you continue with your life right now?
Yeah,
So that's,
it's a tough one.
well, you know what? I feel like it would be like for me. I'm at
Yeah.
a weird point in my life.
Yeah,
I feel like everything that I've been through,
Yeah.
like going through all these trials makes you a better person.
Yeah.
Strong. Hopefully, it makes you a stronger person. I feel like mine has,
Yeah.
because of decisions I've made. I've earned that. Mm-hmm. I don't know that I would want to just wipe that clean and start over and then.
Well, and then here's one for you.
Have to
So
suffer all
you
it-
restart your life. What happens to this Josh?
Yeah.
Do you still live with me temporarily? Do I still, or do you just poof, and you're erased from my life like it never happened? Like I never knew you?
How does my absence affect the rest of the world?
Yeah,
My daughter. How does that?
yeah.
Does she not exist because
Right.
I didn't exist, or does she exist and I'm just gone and I'm on milk cartons?
You know, milk cartons. That's what happened to all the dads.
And that's they went out to get milk.
You're like,
Well, they stood around the milk long enough. Their face ended up on the side of the carton.
yeah. They just get sucked into it.
Get sucked into the milk. Daddy got captured by the milk carton. He's on it. Get him out.
Talk about a cool no sleep story.
Oh, pitch that to somebody or make it yourself.
Yeah,
Or I'll cut my teeth on
do it.
writing and make that my story.
Yeah. It's just kind of an interesting concept.
So I love to I feel like if I started,
Uh huh.
I would just go wild on a story.
Yeah.
But to me, I know how much energy I would put into it, and it is exhausting thinking
Yeah.
about starting. So I never
Well,
have.
see, that's where everybody is, right? Like the first step to doing anything at all worth something is to start.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
think
Like,
it's a
there's
level
so
of
many
anxiety I've got though
Yeah.
about.
Just that's what separates like your Stephen Kings from your, I almost said Spielberg for some reason, and I was like, I'm not talking about movies, I'm talking about books. That's what separates your Stephen Kings from, you know, the guy that sits there and reads and wants to write but never does anything with it and just
Yeah.
works forever. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like-
I have this block. Like, there's so many different things I feel like I would be okay at.
Yeah. Like, imagine if Stephen King never started.
Right. How much waste?
Where would we be? Yeah. I mean, so many great works
Yeah.
gone.
But
Or
see,
just, well, they wouldn't be gone. They'd be in his head.
Well,
But
see, he probably wants to start though. He probably wants to start writing. He's
Yeah.
got all these ideas and wants to. I don't want to start,
okay.
and I don't know why. I feel like once I got going, I'd be. I could.
What's
be
the
able to
fear of
stop.
failure?
I don't know if it's a fear, like, because I've already thought of that.
Yeah, yeah.
I've thought plenty of times, like the fear of failure. Like, what am I not afraid to, like pro wrestling?
Yeah.
I think I do have a fear of failure. Like, if I didn't decide to stop,
Yeah.
and be more of a family man, because that to me was genuinely more important.
Yeah.
If I'd kept going, how big of a fear of failure would I have in wrestling? And that's me being completely transparent. For the longest time, I would not admit that.
Yeah.
But now that I'm like, I've decided a different course. Like, if I put all my eggs into the wrestling basket, what would that look like?
Yeah.
Like, I would have a fear of failure there. And it makes me think, did I want to be a family man because I feared failure there?
Yeah.
It's like, choosing that life would mean almost no family life.
Yeah.
Whether I have a fear of failure or not, I would rather choose family
Yeah.
than the wrestling path. So that's just kind of a weird question that kind of bobbles around in my head from time to time. Is, do you really have a fear of failure? Like, I feel like I've got the confidence to say I would be successful if I put all my eggs in that basket.
Yeah.
But then there's that, what if I got told I wasn't good enough? However, that's where understanding the definition of persistence comes into play.
Yep.
Persistence is to man as carbon is to steel. Think and Grow Rich.
Yeah.
It's in that book, Napoleon Hill. And I believe in that. So with that knowledge, I know I would succeed. But it still pops up in my head from time to time. But yeah, the whole writing thing, it's like, I think because I know how much work I would force myself to do. And it's like, I've got more pressing matter. There's always going to be more pressing matters than, like, what am I going to get out of writing?
Yeah.
Well, there's no immediate gratification from writing. There's no financial reward. There's no.
Well, that's where it comes in. You gotta want it.
You gotta want. That's what it would be.
Yeah.
Is I don't want to write it. I don't want to write some story bad enough to get down and put the time and effort into it.
It's like what did you tell me? When you get to a point where you want to succeed as much as you need to breathe.
Yeah. That's when you'll be successful.
Yeah.
It's
like the same thing with writing. When you want to write as much as you want to breathe, you'll do it.
Right. Right now, I want nothing more than to finish my course, start selling houses, build my foundational wealth.
Yeah.
That way, I can do the really fun stuff.
Yeah.
Not that I'm not going to get fulfilled by helping people get into homes, sell their homes. Mm-hmm. That's a big step in somebody's life.
Yeah.
I want to be able to help them with a level of professionalism and help usher them through that process. But having that financial freedom, I can now do whatever I want.
You could write.
If I could write because I wanted to, and I would have the time to do it. But yeah, so the ET Eric Thomas, he tells the story of the young man who wants to be successful.
Yeah.
And he hears of a guru, and the guru says, "All right, you want to be successful? Meet me at the beach tomorrow morning at 6:00." And he goes, "Okay, the beach, that's weird."
Yeah.
But he shows up, he wants to look nice, so he's dressed in a suit. And the guru says, "All right, you ready?" He's like, "Yeah." He goes, "All right, walk out in the ocean." He's like, "What? I'm dressed nice. I thought you were gonna like teach me stuff."
Yeah.
He goes, "Walk out into the ocean." He's like, "All right." He's the guru, I guess.
Yeah.
He's gonna teach me how to be successful, whatever. So he walks out in the ocean, and the guru says, "Keep going, keep going." So he's like, "What is this guy doing?" So he gets out and do his, he's about waist deep.
Yeah.
The guru starts walking out with him. He's like, "Come out a little bit further." So he gets about up to his chest and then to his neck, and the guru said, "All right, take a deep breath." And he's like, "What?" And he listens to him. He's the guru.
Yeah.
And then the guru pushes his head underwater. And he's like, just go with it. So he pushes his head under the water, and the guy's like, "I don't know what's happening, but I'm just going with it."
Yeah.
And he holds his head, and now he's starting to run out of, he's starting to get a little, as Eric says, he's starting to get scratchy.
Yeah.
He's starting to panic a little bit. So he's like, "This guy's going to drown me. This guy's going to kill me." He's stronger than him. So he starts to worry a bit. So now he starts to struggle. Guy's still holding his head underwater. And just as he thought he was going to pass out, the guy lets him up. He comes up, he takes a big, deep breath. And he's like, "What are you doing? Are you trying to kill me?" He goes, "I have a question for you." He's like, "What?" He said, "What did you want to do more than anything just now?" He said, "I wanted to breathe."
Yeah.
He said, when you want to be successful, when you want to be as successful as you wanted to breathe, then you'll be successful.
Yeah.
And I thought that was pretty cool.
I like it.
Yeah. So if you're after something, if you're goal driven, and you don't want it as bad as you want to breathe, then time to do some reassessing.
That was deep. That's good.
It's a good story.
It is. I think that's a good place to leave it.
I think so, too.
I think that's something to leave them with.
Yeah, I think so, too. I'll save my when the why is big enough, the how doesn't matter story for later.
Okay.
All right. Well.
Until next time, my ghastly gang, stay spooky.
My shield has ran out in Clash of Clans.
Oh, well, that's a shame. You better go fix it.
I'm going to have to go now. All right. Till next time, we've been the Scottish Hush Puppy, and I've got some food to go eat.